Good evening, and welcome back to another Ramble stream. That's right, it's Monday, and we are settling into my first of this delicious Wolfert Reserve Halcyon Starter.
Man, am I
whiskey.
just started? You know,
You started?
I'm started.
Well, we're gonna get started here, and you can probably. I think you've also used this as starter fluid.
No way.
Yeah.
Have you tried that?
I will.
We should try
I'll experiment. What episode are we on?
This is number 90.
It is number 90. That's what I thought. Okay. Number 90. That means we've been doing this for quite some time together and separately previously. So, yeah, we have a good program tonight. It's going to be extra rambly because we're going to talk about what's our ramble is jury rigging.
The art.
The art. I like that.
Jury rigging.
Jury rigging.
Because it 100% is an art.
Mm-hmm.
It is something that can be learned.
Mm-hmm.
But there are some people that are just a little better at it than others.
Oh, we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that.
Yeah, we are so glad you guys are tuning in on the stream. Richard, you want to tell everyone how to introduce themselves?
Yes, I'll start. I'll just go ahead and start, and you can pick it up.
Yeah.
My name is Richard Worsham, founder and designer here at Janus Motorcycles. I am broadcasting from the TT, the paint booth / International Space Station here at TT, which is about 5 minutes south of our headquarters in downtown Goshen, and Indiana, that is. And I ramble with a 2018 Halcyon 250, number 68. It's 2009 KLR 650, which as of last night is back together again.
Let's go.
New clutch internals, and I took it for a spin. So I'm really excited to get that back on the road. I also have a Cushman 1980 Cushman Truckster, which isn't starting right now, but I know exactly why, because the fuel tank is kind of dirty, and I keep starting it, and it just clogs up the carb.
Because you painted it red.
No, that didn't have anything to do with the fuel. It's that I'm driving it more than it's probably been driven.
Oh,
we got a super chat.
Okay.
This is a first.
This is a first. Richard and I decided literally 7 minutes before the stream that all super chat proceeds will be going to a new monitor so that we can see
what
color
the motorcycles are.
That feels like the right thing for the funds to go to.
Yeah.
So Jason412, thank you so much for the $5 there. That's going straight
to a new monitor.
Straight to a new monitor, so we can actually see.
Can you explain what a super chat is?
Yeah. So a super chat is a way to get a cool little border around your chat. It just helps us identify chats specifically. So if you really want us to read something really,
it's also
really
a cool way to support.
Yes.
A channel that you're on.
Yes.
We're not in the business of making money through our YouTube channel. We do kind of indirectly because we sell motorcycles, but yeah, this is just kind of fun, and it will, we hope, go to an improvement where we're not going to be going, is that red or orange?
Yeah, but it also helps, like if you've got a burning question that you want us to see, that'll definitely grab our attention. But at the same time, it is a cool way to support the stream as well as Janus as a whole. So that's what a super chat is.
Anyway, the problem is that I need to flush the fuel tank and put a new fuel filter in it. But anyway, that's what I ramble with.
Oh my gosh!
Oh my word, we got super chats.
Yay, new monitor.
Bonneville Bagger.
Thank you, nice. Bonneville Bagger.
Yay, new monitor. Yeah, thank you. Okay, so we have to call it every super chat, right?
Every single one.
Okay.
Every single one, no matter what.
All right. And we interrupt.
Interrupt as soon as it happens. As soon as we see it come through.
All right. So the last thing, and you do what I did, right? Name,
yes.
Where you're from, where you broadcast, what you ramble with. And the last thing is what I'm sipping on, and I've already talked about it a little bit. I'm sipping on Wolfert Reserve, the Halcyon 23 starter, available from Wolfert. We have more information. We built them a bike. It's really cool.
Very cool.
And we're partnered with them, and you can, how do you find out more about it?
I think you can go to their website.
Well, you can go to their website and order some. So,
yes.
There you go. Thank you very much.
My name is Jansen. I am also broadcasting live from the space station, also known as the paint booth that is unused in Janus's TT. I'm also sipping on some Halcyon Reserve here, the starter 23.
What do you ramble with?
My favorite year. I ramble on a Tesla. I just sit on the roof and it drives me wherever I want to go like a chariot. I ramble in a Tesla. Contrary to popular belief, you can ramble in a Tesla. So glad to be here. So glad to be here. We've got a lot of people on today. The chat is popping. So I'm going to scroll up toward the very top here. And our lucky number one chatter is
Innate ARB.
What up?
Fellow ham. And he's got Halcyon 250.
Did you just call him a ham?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
Amateur radio operator.
Okay.
Halcyon 250 569 and Halcyon 450 331. And he's sipping on Dr. Pepper. And we assume he's from Goshen based on his handle.
The Goshen Harley rider. Now, my question is, I'm getting mixed signals because your name says the Goshen Harley rider, but your picture is the Janus motorcycles logo, the heads. So
maybe he has two different personalities
you can have two
on
loves.
YouTube.
Hey, that would make sense for the god of two heads or two faces. We got Charles in here. Hello from Eastern Shore, rambling with Halcyon 250 number 454 and Phoenix number 30. We've got Chris 338. Thank you, Richard here. Howdy, folks from southeastern Indiana, soon to be owner of Janus Halcyon 450 number 412 and 21. He also rides a Harley Davidson. My Kentucky heritage is showing. 21 Harley Davidson Road King Special and an 87 Suzuki 450 sipping on ice water. What a nice choice.
Very nice.
You got this one. This one's all yours.
Scott Spence up in Elkhart. Halcyon 250 number 212, Halcyon 450 number 178, and a 1974 Triumph Bonneville. He's sipping on Captain Morgan.
Nice.
Good to see you, Scott.
Harrison here. Harrison from Richmond, Virginia.
My hometown.
Halcyon 450 number 318 Mellow. Drinking a LaCroix. Now, very important question for you. What flavor are you drinking and which is your favorite LaCroix flavor that is?
I have a comment on that. There's a LaCroix flavor called, I think it's called Summer Sun or Summer Sunshine. And it has no description of what it actually is.
It tastes.
It just has flowers on it.
It tastes exactly, Richard, as
Have you had
described. No, I haven't, but I can only imagine.
I can't describe the flavor either. It's like,
is it kind of like,
I don't know. It's a complete mystery.
It's not floral or anything like that. I guess it's LaCroix. How much flavor can you really get?
I don't know.
Well, my favorite is lemon or strawberry.
Strawberry.
Very good. We've got Kelly here, Halcyon 450 number 236, named Coyote, out in Winchester, Virginia, sipping on a
Orange Crush.
Orange Crush. Classic.
The Old Dominion is in the house here.
That sounded very cryptic.
Virginia.
I like it. I'm trying to.
Lots of Virginians.
Oh, is that
the Old Dominion?
I didn't know what that was.
One of several, only a few Commonwealths too.
Oh, wow.
Commonwealth of Virginia.
I feel like I should bow.
You should.
This one's all you.
We got Tom Kimball. Tom coming to you from Colorado. Training up grandson number 1 on the Halcyon 450 number 192.
That's really cool.
Whilst I ride an Indian Scout as escort. Nice. Sipping on a Breckenridge bourbon whiskey with ice water chaser. Lovely.
I think it's really cool that you're training your grandson on a Halcyon. That is super sick. We've got Texas Rebel Tracy, a very damaged but recovering Texas Hill Country. The floods. Terrible, terrible. He rides a 98 Ducati Monster 900, a 22-year-old gear up, a 22 Yamaha TW200, and a Halcyon 250. It's number 1,175, Beulah Ball Breaker. I don't know.
I wonder why it would be called that.
Why would it be called that? I don't know.
That's a really cool collection of motorcycles. Can we just talk about this for a second?
He's drinking a Dr. Pepper Zero. Thank you.
Ducati Monster. You just got rid of it too. Ducati Monster. What else do we see up there? Yep. A TW200 and a Ural gear up.
And a Halcyon.
If you're not familiar with the TW200, it's like, have you ever seen a TW?
I've never seen a TW.
It's like a 4-wheeler with like 2 wheels.
I think I have seen it.
They're just unbelievably
I think I have
indestructible.
Seen one. Isn't there another name for them?
I don't know.
I feel like there is. I don't know.
If there's another name, post it up. And of course, obviously, a 250 Halcyon.
Beautiful.
Nice collection.
We've got Jason 412 here. Sup from McKeesport, Pennsylvania, but working from Edison, New Jersey, sipping a Cherry Coke, Halcyon 250 number 1079, 97, Halcyon 450 number 307, and I just purchased a Griffin 250 number 12 this morning.
Congratulations.
Wow, let's go. I don't know what that PU Friday, Saturday, and putting build
in on a P250. So he's getting
the whole fleet.
He's getting everything.
We're just gonna start calling him Gary Smith.
Jason. Yeah. You're gonna have to start copying and pasting your bikes.
Speaking of
the man, the
Gary
myth,
Smith.
Gary Smith. Hi from East Lansing, Michigan. Halcyon 50 number 11, Halcyon 250 number 79, Halcyon 450 number 3, Phoenix 250 number 79, Griffin 250 number 163. He also has a 1972
That was just
Pride,
the Janus motorcycle.
1980 Honda CM200, 1990 Harley Davidson 883 Sportster, a 2017 Ural Gear Up, and he is sipping on. This is not.
This is
and
different.
paste.
Whoa.
Simply spiked cherry limeade.
Wow.
Good to see you, Gary.
Gary,
as always.
So good to see you. We've got so many. Okay. We've got Ed. He says he's listening out of Fayetteville, Georgia today. My rambling rental this week is a 2025 Chevrolet Trax.
I'm not familiar with that.
Definitely not as fun as any two-wheeled machine, but it gets me where I need to go. Isn't that? So I think it's a little crossover, maybe, or I might be mistaken. I'm not entirely sure.
Cool.
Russell Peters.
Russ. Hey, Russ. Detlef 450 number 86, Owensboro, Kentucky, 1962 Dominator 88 SS. Honda 72, 500, 74, 550, 73, 354, and a 71 CB350. Also, a 1967 Ward's Riverside 250.
What is that?
That's a is that one of those Pook rebrands? Russ, tell us about the
Yes, I'm very curious.
Ward's. It might be that's like a Sears Allstate. Anyway, tell us more about that one. Yeah, I haven't seen that one.
Very curious. Very curious. We've got Rev Free in here. We've got Steve Q in here. We've got Eric Green in here. Lo-Fi's here. Mark Carmichael is here. What's up? Semtex here. Oh, gosh. We've got Kelly. We already got you. William Maxey. My Halcyon 450 build number is 420.
All right, my friend.
Hey.
Enjoy it.
If you partake, I guess. You know, we got old school.
He definitely does.
We've got old school here. What's up, old school? We've got Brandon Conley. He says, what's up from Alexandria, Halcyon number 1,000, 12,000. Wait, what?
Oh, sorry. I'm just reading the old school's comments.
Oh, I didn't even read it.
Just keep going.
We've got, he writes Halcyon 1,223, sipping on some Allen's Coffee Brandy. Nice. We've got Motard here. Question for y'all. Okay.
Nice.
This one's for you then, Richard.
Okay, question for you. What is the 2.5 millimeter Allen key that is suggested to include in the Janus tool roll used for? I can't find anything on my Griffin 250 that it would be used for. The little guy. What is that used for? I'm actually not sure off the top of my head. I may have included it because you might use it for things like on your helmet or other gear. That's all I can think. But that's a really good question.
Stop.
We got another super chat.
Jason, we missed it when it came up because we're reading the chat. Now you are not only the first, but you are the third. So you can put that in your tool belt. Yay, I'm finally first at something. This is my top two. This is on top of the two Januses I bought today.
Wait,
and accessories
he bought two today
for Mrs. Janus. Wow. Jason, thank you, man. That's crazy. That's
Congratulations.
Crazy. We've got Timothy Aiken asking a question. How's the build rate going for the 450 Halcyons? One a week, more or less?
On average, more. We're picking up steam with them. We've obviously had some slow ups with supply chain, but we are building more. This week there will be one, but we're scheduling in more next week.
As he ordered Halcyon 450 number 439 and can't wait.
Okay, well, my number one job is to get more bikes out of this shop. So I'm on it.
It looks like the Beulah ball breaker is a Porky's reference.
Oh, okay.
That's over my head, y'all. I'm so sorry.
It's been a while since I've seen that movie.
I wish I could like join in the camaraderie, but I can't. We've got James and Brimage. He's from Dallas, Texas. He has a vintage Harley. It's red. He's drinking red cream soda, and a fat bottom Betty cigar.
Nice.
Now, cream soda and a cigar. Why don't we smoke a cigar on the Ramblestream, Richard? Probably not the best to do in the paint booth, if I had to guess.
Welcome to the stream, James, if this is the first time you're on.
Yes, James. So cool to see you here. I'm all tongue-tied today. We've got Robert Bernstead in here today. Benstead, sorry. Russell
Hey, Bob. I haven't seen Bob on in a while.
He's from Sturgis. He's sipping on an Arnold Palmer iced tea.
That's who we stayed with last year, and we'll be staying with again this year at Sturgis.
Man.
He's a lovely host.
Just a few weeks away. Hello from Toronto. Whoa. Just wanted to say, you guys make the most beautiful bikes. Have a great day. Thank you.
Oh, I think maybe the little Allen key also works on your. Sorry, I was thinking about that.
We're here.
I think
back.
the little Allen key also works on your Beeline Moto. There's lots of little gadgets and stuff that I find myself using the smallest Allen key for.
Nice.
So
we've got just
handy.
Paul. Paul is here. Halcyon 250 number 1076 from Greensboro, Georgia. Timothy is watching from London.
All right.
He's sipping on some water.
You know who we haven't seen on in a while is our other UK guy. Forgetting his handle. He ended up getting a Royal Enfield, but he's been waiting for us to get over there. But I haven't seen him on the stream in a while.
Well, maybe you'll remember the name in a few minutes here.
Yeah.
Jansen.
And I remember what the 3mm Allen key's for.
Rambling in a Tesla. You won't understand the pole breaker hardtail convention.
Nope.
I do though, because I have the pleasure of taking all of our demo bikes out kind of whenever Mitch says I can. So
Jansen understands what rambling is, even if he doesn't really engage in it very
even
often.
though I don't practice regularly, I understand. You know, I'm more of a creaster rambler. That was a deep joke.
Wait.
That was
Bug
a deep
Moto.
joke.
Bug Moto's on.
Here. Go for it.
We got a YouTuber on who came out with a video about Janus, his visit to Janus Motorcycles recently. He says, "Howdy, folks, watching from Portland, sipping on an athletic, non-alcoholic beer."
Those athletic beers are absolutely phenomenal.
Oh, I'll have to trust you.
Incredible. Super good.
Good to see you, Bug Moto, and hope the rest of your trip was well. I heard there was some need for jury rigging on the way back.
Man,
I would say, but
just hey, stay tuned for later.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that. What do you got for us today, Richard?
Today I do not have a poem. Every once in a while I do something else. So this is one that I've been meaning to kind of find a good passage from. This is one of my favorite books of all time. It's called Sea Survival, a Manual by Dougal Robertson. This book was published in
Dougal is such a good name.
1975. Yeah, this guy's Dougal. He's from Scotland.
Of course. Yeah.
And I find this book, like, first of all, informative, and it's good for your rambling preparation in case you ever get shipwrecked or have to abandon ship in the middle of the ocean. But it's also humorous. I don't know if it's meant to be funny, but I will read a quote from it. But this is just the beginning. This is like inside the dust jacket. I got this book from that same bookstore where I get a lot of stuff.
Okay.
Beautiful.
What did you find in there when you were looking in there today?
In here?
What was your bookmark?
Oh, the bookmark was 19. When was this issued? Doesn't have a date on it, but this is my boating safety certificate from like 1999.
He placed it in a very safe place.
No, 02.
02.
Yeah, a while back.
Wow. Still
Still in high school.
You want me to say?
How old were you?
I was 6.
All right. Well, I was learning how to operate a powerboat. and I wasn't that old. Okay. So this is just in the dust jacket. It says, disaster at sea can strike fast and without warning. Even the most prudent and experienced yachtsman may have to face a sudden emergency. Knowing what to do is the key to survival. The obvious or common sense decision is often the wrong one, particularly if taken when a crew is suffering from exhaustion, heat, cold, hunger, or thirst. Sea survival clearly spells out the do's and don'ts of facing a crisis at sea. Here at last is the handy, absolutely reliable manual for safety at sea. Dougal Robertson, author of Survive the Savage Sea, is supremely qualified to write this manual, which brings together information previously available only in several volumes. He and his family spent 38 days on a life raft in the Pacific during the summer of 1972 after his schooner had been sunk by killer whales.
What an insane...
He has distilled the hard-won lessons of that grim experience, backed up by later intensive research, into a manual of essential survival know-how that no one who ventures beyond inshore waters can afford to ignore. So anyway, this is just a little section I thought I'd read for y'all, because it's, I don't know, it's... you could say it's dated, but I think it feels awesome.
Right. It feels right.
7. Other miscellaneous dangers. Shark attack can vary a great deal in the determination with which it is pressed home, depending on the type of shark and the condition of the survivor. It is always to the survivor's advantage to adopt an attitude of quiet aggression, as most sharks will test the survivor's vulnerability by approaching closely and bumping, i.e. hitting with nose, body, or tail before actually attacking. If a shark is struck with the feet or fist, if no wreckage is at hand, it will retreat to a safe distance and wait to find an easier prey. It is useless and dangerous to try to swim hurriedly away from a shark, for its speed through the water is far in excess of anything a swimmer can achieve. Progress should be made quietly and warily, stopping to strike if the shark approaches closely again. Can you imagine going through this in your head while you're trying to escape a shark? If the survivor is bleeding, the wound should be covered and the bleeding stopped. The survivor should then try to leave the immediate area where the blood was released, as predators tend to strike at any form of life in that area. But this should be done quietly and watchfully and calmly. No, it doesn't say that.
No, I'm not.
As already described. And then he keeps on going for a while, talking about jellyfish and barracuda attacks. Generally, the rule governing survival against attack. This is a juicy, there's so many of these to this book, though. Generally, the rule governing survival against attack is that those who prove able to defend themselves will be left alone, except in an attack by extremely large predators, against which normal weapons would be useless anyway. This is the primary law of savage survival, which holds good for all time.
You know,
what else do I need to say?
Unfortunately, what is really sad about this is when I'm at sea dying to a shark attack, my last memory will be
Dougal Robertson
and his sea survival manual.
Well, you could do worse than to remember some lessons from the book.
That's
celestial
fair.
Navigation, marine wildlife identification. It's a good book.
There's a chapter in there. Richard and I were talking about this earlier before stream. There's a chapter in there that's named what is it? Marine birds.
Wildlife identification.
Marine bird identification. And that's not like a funny or interesting chapter unless you're stranded at sea, given the context of like, that's probably the only thing to do. There you
go.
I feel like you have to write a book after you survive 38 days out at sea.
Yeah.
You have to.
I recommend it if you can find a copy.
It's rare.
It is.
Confide Yanks here.
Oh, there he is.
Howdy. Are we talking about the primary tools to carry? Like duct tape?
No. Well, we're talking about what to do in a situation where you have nothing else to fix things with.
Like a shark attack.
Yes.
Kind of.
That's kind of where I went. That's where I chose this.
I will say that
duct tape?
Monster Energy is required in any jury rig situation.
I think I would go with chocolate and water.
Chocolate's not bad.
We got duct tape, WD-40, and what was the other thing he said?
Monster Energy. That's
Energy.
That's the last one was, yeah. Paul, Housing on 450, number 405. What's up on Facebook? How you doing, man? So good to see you here.
Duct tape is actually, I have done some crazy stuff with duct tape. I mean, how do I say that in not an inappropriate way?
Hey, whoa, man. This is a live stream.
Camping, like long. I did a over a month long backpacking trip and I made all kinds of stuff out of duct tape.
feel
That
like
was
you have
very
to.
useful.
A month?
Yeah.
Wow. That's a long time.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I learned a lot about rambling.
It sounds like Dougal is suggesting that bullies should be punched hard immediately.
Exactly.
I would say
I'm
that's
sure that was the advice he gave his children.
Neil, what's up? Hi, Neil. Neil is one of our design engineers here. He asks, does duct tape keep sharks away? Now, I'm going to let you see if that's true. I'm not going to test it myself. We're moving on, though.
Okay.
To our fan favorite
I always get this wrong, but I think it's actually builds of the week.
It is builds of the week. Usually you say things of this world, and that is a close second. But builds of the week.
We'll get there.
We're here. First up, I'm going to have you say this name so I don't butcher it.
Alwyn? So kind of Welsh-looking name.
Welsh. This is
Alwyn.
450. This is Halcyon 450 number
390.
390. It's going. Yeah, I'll just let you do it. You do it.
You told me to.
No, I know. That's what I'm saying.
Alwyn has 450 number 390. It's a Halcyon, and it's going to North Carolina.
Going to North Carolina. We got the frame.
Not color matched.
Not unless
it's black. Oil tank installed. Secret little stickers on there.
What's that little bracket?
The little bracket
on the backside?
That holds the air box.
Okay.
And that little sticker tells you about the emission certification.
You know, if this wasn't 2025, I'd say to take your Halcyon 450 oil tank to the toilet with you, just so you could read that label. Because that's the only time that I would read something like that.
Lovely. Coming together.
Okay.
The rear transom, as we call the swing arm on there.
Vintage red.
Well, you're guessing vintage red.
Yes.
I'm going to go with Indy Racing Green.
Indy Racing Green. That's bold.
We'll see.
Okay.
Coming together. No clues yet.
I feel like it's coming. It's definitely coming. Oh, which one is it?
Is it OD green or red?
Oh,
it's.
no.
Did I get it?
You think you got it?
I think I got it. No, it's not. It's not. It's not. This is
it's the other one.
BRG.
But look at the vintage red right next to it. Gosh dang it.
Yeah, this is the first green we ever came out with, which we call British Racing Green, even though I'm not going to confuse it. This is British Racing Green. It's a beautiful color. Looks really good with gold.
That's a good looking
or
green.
black or silver
or any other color you want. I'm curious about the pinstripe. I don't think we saw it.
I didn't see it. I'm going to say gold.
I was going to say copper for some reason.
Okay. Saddle brown leather. Oh, wait, we're really dragging this one out.
But there's a lot of pictures in this one.
Top plate.
Airbox.
Gold. That's an easy guess. That's kind of a
yeah, I know.
Kind of an easy one.
I was hoping this person would get crazy with it.
Double pinstripe.
I was hoping with a name like Alwyn.
Wait, is that?
This feels like
two color? No, it's just gold. It almost looks like two colors. Okay, keep going.
Headlight visor.
Got some lighting issues here. No, that is two colors. That's copper and gold.
We're both right.
There we go. That's copper and gold.
See, if we had a
better monitor,
we could tell. We've got a custom engraved
fuel cap
here.
Very nice. That's a really good looking bike.
That's a good looking motorcycle. All right, next up.
Copper and gold.
That's a great combo. We've got Alan. He's got Halcyon 450 number 389, and it's going to New York. Everyone's saying copper and gold. Pretty specific. What do you mean? I'm just thinking of when I read shampoo bottles, you know? That it's that kind of copy. Okay. This is Alan's bike going to New York. These are all 450s, by the way. All the bikes featured today.
Nice.
Got the air cooler up front there, front horizontal, engines in. Now, was there a choice, Richard, I guess I should ask the question, are all 450 engines, do they have the polished fins?
They do. They come with polished fins.
Very good to know.
It's not. It's like a different way of like the way we do it. It looks like they're machined off.
Mm-hmm.
Like we actually like grind the like them smooth.
Right.
These are actually like the whole edge. It's a different look.
Yeah.
Kind of actually like the way the 250 engine fins look a little better.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Got a little book rack up there.
got a book rack. Black leather.
Okay. Seafoam green.
Seafoam green. I'm gonna go with cream. We'll see. It looks like I might be right.
I do see it. So I saw a seafoam in the last one, but there's also a cream right next, to the.
Keep going.
Whoa! Another green.
It's a green.
Oh my gosh.
There you go.
Both wrong. Is it? Which green is
sticker
that
says Paragon Motorcycles? Oh, that's for one of the vans. That's a DOT certification. Oh,
whoa, we're skipping a Ford here.
Gold pinstripe.
Gold pinstripe. This is like.
That is classic.
That's a great.
There's sometimes I go back and forth, but sometimes I'm just like single pinstripe is the way to go, and then other times I'm like, oh, that double pinstripe just looks so good.
I think
right now I love the single.
I love the double if it's a different color.
Mm-hmm.
Great looking bike. Classic. Another
lots of
green
450s coming out.
When does that badge go on? Does that go on during final
it
inspection?
kind of depends. It can go on when it's right, but typically we're moving so quickly. We're getting them back from powder, and Kelly literally brings the powder coat out when they're building the bike.
Yeah.
So the only reason it's not on there is she hasn't had time to add it,
yeah.
and you can't add it at last minute.
So it's just whenever she kind of gets to that
well,
point
Kelly,
in the process.
Kelly's in charge of all the fit and finish.
Yeah.
So she's in charge of all the pinstriping, and then when the bike gets, she's the one who washes and details it, adds all the last little details and inspects final like quality inspection, and she does something called a last chance inspection. So she's really the person who's in charge of all that.
Yeah. So
fit and finish.
If there's like any scrrecks or anything like that happens,
she's going to be the one.
She's going to be the one that finds it. So all of these
fixes it or replaces it.
Yeah. Just I don't know if we've ever said all these pictures are of the motorcycles as they're being built, not as they're being sent out.
Right. We don't ship them out without exhausts.
Correct.
Or battery caps.
Or anything like that. Or wheels for that matter. That was Alan's motorcycle. This is Halcyon number 389.
Oh, this is only on Alan.
Yeah,
okay.
Yep. Now we're on Michael's here. Michael is Halcyon 450 number 388. This one's going to Georgia. Let's check in on chat here though. Let's see how they're doing.
Yeah.
Up.
We got another super chat. We missed.
Brandon. For the monitor, he says.
You run a great stream. AV is tough work.
Ain't that the truth?
Jansen? You got a supporter out there.
I feel so seen, Brandon.
Thank you, Brandon.
Thank you. Thank you so much for the $5. We really appreciate it. Chris, that previous one was 389. And now this one that we're looking at right now is Michael's. It's 388.
We got the VIN label.
Yep. For everyone to see.
We've got no idea what color. Okay, let's take our.
Okay. You go first. You go first.
All right. I'm gonna go back to my cream.
Gosh.
I want to see that cream.
I feel like I can't say vintage red again, but that's what my heart says. So if it's that, so be it. I'm going to guess American blue.
Huh. All right.
Your guess is looking a lot better than mine as of now. With the what is that? The brown. Saddle brown.
You could do it with blue. You could do it with blue, but black looks better in my opinion. I agree.
We used to offer a color called desert brown, right? Is that correct?
Yes.
In leather.
Yeah.
I always want.
You might still be able to get it on the 250s.
Oh yeah. I always want to say that version of the brown. Oh.
Charlevoix blue.
Gosh dang it! I was one off. I do see an American blue. Is that it?
It's a headlight visor.
We powder coat those?
You can maybe get that done. I don't know. I mean,
Mitch,
we're
so
right there.
sorry. You might be able to. You might
Mitch,
not.
He took the picture. It's his own fault.
Yeah, right.
We got gold pinstripe.
3 gold pinstripes in a row.
Yep. There you go.
That Charlevoix
blue.
Yeah,
There's some people here on the stream that are a fan of that color.
I've said it before, and I'll say it again. It's good, not my favorite.
Be careful about those opinions.
I know,
Jansen.
I know. I said something about Mountain Dew in a Wheaties shirt last week, and I'm still paying for it. Thanks, Kelly.
Oh, that's a nice picture.
That is really
so
nice.
So what you're seeing there is really how metallic the gold is, and the coppers and the silvers are like this. So it's
very
really
flaky.
Yep. Looks really cool. Incandescent headlight.
That's the last picture.
That's
here.
The last one?
Yep.
Okay. Well, that was Builds of the Week brought to you by Mitch McLean.
Your favorite Janus motorcycle salesman.
One and only.
The one and only. What do you got for us? So we got a suggestion last week.
And we listened to your suggestions.
The very end of the stream. Spencer Anderson, if you're here, you suggested that the thing of this world, hey, what would it be like to go over sprockets? So guess what we're doing? We're going over sprockets. Grant is suggesting we gamble. We need to start a parlay.
What does he say?
And bet if you guess the color, leather, and pinstripe.
I bet you
all
the super chats.
Our monitor money, Richard?
I'm just going to gamble it away. No, we're going to talk about sprockets.
Get the stream on DraftKings, Grant says.
So, sprockets. Your bike comes with a stock sprocket. We got to get the...
holy
cow.
Stop it right now, Richard. Hello from San Francisco. Griffin 250, number 124. This is Charles Selman coming in with $20.
$20.
Toward the monitor.
We're going to pay for this monitor in one
I know,
stream.
for real. Sipping on some Powers Irish whiskey and contemplating with some other Janus owners out here how to make it 2,300 miles to the owners rally.
Nice.
We
would love it.
Super cool to see. Charles, thank you so much for the 20 bones. Really appreciate that.
Absolutely. That's awesome. So back to sprockets. We'll get the disclaimers out of the way first. We ship your motorcycle with a stock sprocket size. And not only is that, we do that because we feel like it's a good balance, but because the emissions on your bike are tuned for a specific gear ratio. And we actually send in all the gear ratios from first gear to fifth gear in case of all our bikes right now. And those are that's EPA regulated. So we cannot change your gearing, whether it's internal or final drive gearing, without violating our EPA certification. So if you want to get a sprocket, you can do that, but you got to do it from somebody else because we do not manipulate that. So if you're watching EPA, I got you.
Legal.
Okay. So if you wanted to change your sprocket, let's just talk about maybe some reasons why you would want to do that. Your gear ratio is basically like the difference between, well, first of all, motorcycles have gears. They're not a single speed like a moped where you have to have a centrifugal clutch or something like that. You want to have enough torque and enough power throughout the range of speed that you want to be able to accommodate. And with an internal combustion engine, unlike an electric engine, there is not unlimited torque at all RPMs.
So sad for you boys.
Yeah, we get to shift. So you need to shift between different gears, like on your 10-speed bicycle, so that you can. That's literally the best way to describing it. You want to, instead of having to accelerate really slowly
and really
really pushing, you can start off with a higher gear and then gear down. So some people have found that let's talk about the 250 first. This is a Halcyon 250 rear sprocket. The stock gearing on a 250 is 47 tooth. That means you got 47 at the back and 16 at the front or 15. I can't remember.
I used to know this.
Yeah, you used to. Anyway, it's got another, I think it's 16 at the front. What happens is if you change your gearing, if you go to a bigger front sprocket or a smaller rear sprocket or both, you can change your gear ratio. So if you go to a smaller rear sprocket, it lowers, or it allows you, it's like putting a taller gear on it. So you can go at a higher speed with lower RPM.
Okay, so that translates kind of to more torque.
You get
low end.
No, you get less low end torque.
Low end torque.
Yeah, so it's a little bit. Your first gear will be a little bit longer.
Okay.
Which is actually, in a lot of people think is a good thing.
Yeah.
But sometimes you might. It's a little. It's not as like.
Texas Rebel says 17 on the front sprocket.
On a 250?
I don't know.
Maybe.
That's what he's saying. On a 250, Texas?
It might. Yeah, he might be right. And yeah. I can't remember. Sorry. I can look it up. I got a manual right here. But numbers.
On a 250, he said, yeah.
I don't know about numbers.
On a 250.
Okay. Well, I trust you. So in order to, if you change, the front sprocket has less teeth than the rear sprocket. So if you go down one tooth on the front, or if you go up one tooth on the front, it's like, I don't know. Depends on how many you have relative to each other. It's a bigger difference. It's a big jump. If you go one tooth more, or one tooth less at the back, it's a smaller increment. And I do not recommend that you change the front one. Well, first of all, there isn't room to go up in size on the front on a 250. I think that there's very limited room for the chain, and it's too big of a jump. So my recommendation for optimal riding at higher, if you want to go longer distance, let's say, and your average, I don't know, 200 pounds or above, well, anywhere in that range, you should be fine putting, this is a 44, which I would do not recommend. I would recommend a 45 tooth sprocket. Now, 44, 45, somewhere in there. Some people go down to a 43 or even a 40 tooth sprocket, but in my experience, the first gear is just like,
it just drags.
It just drags, and you're gonna have to slip the clutch. But it's really nice to have like a 45, which is what I run 250 number 68. I have a 45 tooth rear sprocket on there, and it just lowers. It doesn't get you much more speed. I got to be honest. You're not going to pull a lot more speed. It just doesn't have the power. Yeah. But it will lower your RPMs, which is really nice.
Yeah. Yeah. Especially if you're going long distances.
And it smooths out your gears a little bit. So this is an aluminum sprocket from TBI Sprockets. Look it up. If you want information on it, they probably actually know what a Halcyon 250 sprocket size is. It's been a while since I bought one, but it's aluminum. Aluminum sprockets do work with steel chains. Blows my mind. Anyway, next up would be the 450. And my recommendation, again, this is for Halcyon, not for Griffin. For the Halcyon 450 is you want to, the rear sprocket is kind of unique. So it's offset. I don't have one here with me. Actually, there's a 43 tooth up there. But it means that the sprocket mounts and then the teeth are set. So you could either make an adapter plate that pushes it out enough, right? Or you can change the front sprocket, and it does have room to go up. And so my recommendation is go up one tooth at the front, and I've done that on a 450, and I could actually use it that whole jump. And I did that on that California trip, and again, lowered the RPMs at the top, and it actually, one could say that the first gear on a 450 is relatively short. It lengthens that first gear out quite a bit, so it's smoother, and you can get more out of it. And I found that even at like fourth and fifth gear, I'm always like kind of in between gears at the speed that I'm usually going on a 450, like 65, 60. And if you change that out, you can stay in fourth. Or you can drop down into fifth. Right. But I thought it was a really great improvement, so I do recommend that. So we do not carry these sprockets. Nope. You need to look for them yourself. Somewhere else. But it's a great aftermarket quest for you to go on. Yes. As you continue to customize your bike. We've got a sprocket question here. It seems like the 250 bikes, the rear sprocket has come loose on a few of them. Vibration related? We had an issue. It's been at least a year or more now where they were not being installed correctly. We get these wheels from the manufacturer installed, and they're supposed to be torqued. We did find a number of them coming loose, and we re-spec'd the hardware. We went with different kind of hardware, different lengths, just to double check this. And then now we inspect every single brake rotor and sprocket on every bike that leaves. Yeah. So if you look at your brand new Halcyon or your new Janus, you'll notice little marks on the bolts.
Little ticks.
Little tick marks. And that is what that's for. So that was a assembly problem prior to us, but we have resolved it.
It's done been fixed.
Done been fixed.
And I got to worry about that no more.
It's always a good idea, though. Spokes. Check your spoke tension.
Yeah.
Check your, like this is part of the T-Clocks inspection that I recommend in the back of the Rambler's Companion. As a pilot, as a rambler on a, two-wheel vehicle, and really anything that's more unique, you're the guy who does the inspection or the girl before you ride. Take a minute, look at the bike, make sure everything's good.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. We've only got 15 minutes, Richard. But I want to talk about what we've all been waiting for here. I want to talk about jury rigging and the art of it. And I think what I would like to know from you the most is, are jury rigs meant for long term?
They can be.
And go.
Okay. So first of all, the term jury rigging comes from sailing.
I did a little bit of research and I saw that.
Yeah.
Because I always thought that it was jerry rigging.
No.
Until I was reading through the Ramblers.
Off the top of my head, I used to know what the meaning of jury rigging was. Did you look that up?
I just remember the sailing part. The rigging.
Look up what jury rigging actually
comes from. Yeah, let me look it up.
I'll talk a little bit. The jury rigging would be like if your mast breaks in a storm and you're in the middle of nowhere and you have no supplies to fix it or to replace it. You don't have a new tree handy to build a new mast. You can fashion a replacement, and or you could even, in some cases, there's stories that they'll bring the ship into port or to some river opening, and they'll chop down a tree and do a quick replacement. But oftentimes, the meaning of jury rigging is that you're making a quick fix on the fly. That is the definition of it. And sometimes I have found that I've made jury rigs that I forgot about. And then like 2 years later, I'm like, oh yeah, it's still working.
That's great. I feel like that's the best one when it lasts for a long time. Gosh, when I looked it up, it said it split it up into the definition of jury, and then it split it up into the definition of rigging.
We can find this.
We're getting a lot of sailing stuff, though.
Jury built is different.
It is built different. Making the temporary makeshift running repairs with only the tools and materials on board. It originates from sail-powered boats and ships.
This is not helpful at all.
No.
Wikipedia is failing us. Well, Jansen, can you make a note for next week that we're going to have a definition of why jury rigging is called jury rigging?
I can make a note.
Okay. All right. Excuse me. So anyway, some common. Let's talk about. Have you ever had to fix something on the fly, Jansen?
I've never been on the fly. It's always due to laziness. It's never due to necessity.
I've made some jury rigs over the years. One of them, my favorite, was my clutch cable. This is a common thing that happens on bikes, and I have a solution for preventing it from happening too. But is the clutch cable? It comes up into your lever. If you have a cable-operated clutch, like every Janus, there's a cable that runs up, and then when you pull your clutch lever, there's a little cam action, and it, pulls the cable against the housing.
Sorry. I'm a lawyer. Jury rigging costs extra, so do witnesses. I don't know why that one got me so good.
Anyway, what happens is that little NARP, which is the little ball at the end of your cable, will get stuck sometimes. It doesn't rotate. It gets dust in it. And so the end of that cable will basically get bent back and forth every time you're operating your clutch, and it will break off. And if that happens, if you've ever been in that scenario, you can be stuck in like 6th gear.
Not good.
In which case, you can just keep going and never stop, or you could slip the clutch for like 20, a mile and a half. And
good luck.
Good luck. So one of the things that I always recommend in your toolkit is a small needle nose vice grips, or just a small pair of vice grips. Because I did this one time. Actually, I did it. I wasn't riding. Ryan broke, and we had a pair of vice grips, and we clamped the vice grips to the clutch cable
to catch it.
to catch it. And then we zip tied, which I brought some zip ties here. We zip tied the vice grip to the lever, and it worked.
Perfect.
And you got to ride. He rode all the way home that way.
There's nothing like the feeling of doing something the wrong way and it working.
And it just working. The other thing I've done is just like power shifted it. You know, it's like bump shifting it. Kind of just hammer it. Well, if you sync it up just right with the RPMs, you can just shift perfectly fine.
Yeah. Well, Riffrey was talking about. I can't remember what the exact term was. He sent me a DM after the fact. It was like talking about shifting. I think it was power. Oh, shifting?
He was doing that thing where you like friction shifting. Or something. Like I don't know.
I can't remember what the term was.
I saw that too.
I would imagine you could, in a scenario, you could do
rev
something
match
like
and
that.
just like kind of pop it through.
Right.
But it's not advised.
Right.
Anyway, that was a fun one. And then last year, a jury rig that I did was I was riding out to our camp with a bunch of Janus folks, driving out to Michigan City. Mm-hmm. And I got about, 15 miles west of Goshen on Old 68. I'm just cruising along. I didn't even check anything because I rode it all summer.
Who needs
It's fine.
T-clocks be damned.
And my shift lever fell off. Well, and the reason it fell, I know what it was. Is I was replacing something the day before and
preloading the shifter.
Preloading. I was replacing something and I took it off and I didn't tighten it down. Fully. Anyway, it was my own fault. But I heard this like tink, 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 and I was just like, "What was that noise?" And then I kept on riding, and then I come to a stop sign and I go to downshift and I couldn't do it. So then I was like, I know that I remembered that I heard that noise. So I rode back about 1.5 miles. I found the shift lever on the side of the road. And then in this lady's front driveway, she had these chickens and stuff. I pulled in and so I ended up doing it. The jury rig was I looked at the whole bike. Bolt obviously was gone.
Right.
I looked at the whole bike and I'm like, what piece of hardware do I not need on this bike? So I took one of the airbox bolts off and threaded that in. But you used something else that I had on the bike because I didn't have hardware with me. I did have a toolkit.
Nice.
Which is good.
One at janusmotorcycles.com.
I have made repairs in hotel rooms.
Well, I have a picture of that. It's not the best.
It's a pretty low,
the best quality.
Small picture.
I labeled it Richard's Whoopsies. Let me get to it.
This is from riding cross country. This is in where was the name of that town? I've forgotten. Somewhere in Wyoming.
A bush fix, Kelly says. But I think I saw that up here further.
Maybe.
Yeah. Maybe call it a bush fix. A bush fix.
Anyway, there's almost always, in my experience, some way of fixing something, and we got a little bit of time.
We got some time.
One of the things that we talk about, there's a whole section actually in the Rambler's Companion on jury rigging. Did I talk definition in here that I've forgotten?
It's toward the back. I wouldn't know. Or
let's just read it.
Home engineering is also.
While a well-prepared toolkit and a bit of pluck can get you out of most situations with aplomb, there are some things that you cannot prepare for. Sometimes these situations call for the discernment to know that you will need to call in help or retire for another day. However, if you have taken the time to examine and consider the problem, there are usually multiple ways to make a repair, even if it just gets you down the road. From a vice grip on that broken clutch cable to carefully carved pieces of wood jammed in that leaking intake port. I've also seen that. Jury rig solutions have helped ramblers since man's first explorations. They also happen to be food for some of the best stories after the fact. That is true.
That's true.
They also the key ingredients to improvised repairs include, here you go, guys: duct tape, repair wire, cable ties, super glue, and gasket material. I always ride with some gasket material. Exhaust, like high temp silicone gasket material, and paper gasket material. Don't limit yourself though. Bits of wood, trash, or clothing can be pressed into service. So anyway, that's the last thing I'll say about jury rigging is, well, it won't be the last thing, but I think I'll end it at least this evening with is that when you're in one of these situations where things seem like they couldn't get much worse, the most helpful thing I've discovered doing, and this is true of whether it's a motorcycle incident or other areas of life, is just pause. Like put the brakes on, pause, and think the situation through. Like get yourself, the other thing is really helpful is get yourself into a safe position, not just because it's like more safe, but it actually helps your mind calm down. So if you get the bike off the road, sit, like get in the shade somewhere, and then just like look at it and like study, okay, this broke. Because a lot of times what you're tempted to do is just go, oh my gosh,
panic.
This is a huge problem. The engine blew up.
I'm stuck
and then you're like,
forever.
hold on, my radiator hose has a leak.
Right.
The engine didn't blow up. It's like steaming, but that's okay. Because I have this roll of
I've got duct tape
Flex Seal.
or Flex Seal, right, that I can use. How convenient. A lesson that I took lifeguarding.
I'll just rip my underwear into pieces.
Yeah,
and like,
just tape it around. I don't need underwear. And lifeguarding, we were taught when we were learning how to like to go into a situation and save somebody, right? It's like, okay, the first thing you need to do is check for bears. Like, are there any present dangers? Like
sharks.
that is sharks. That is the first thing you do. And I think it's very true for riding a motorcycle. It's like, okay,
put on your own oxygen mask first.
You're not going to be able to help anybody else if you're dead. So like, assess the situation, calm down, go to a safe place, and then assess. Like I think that's good life advice just in general. I've caught myself saying check for bears in situations where people's lives weren't at danger, but it was like a situation that was stressful or intense, right? It's like, okay, check for bears. Like, what really is the problem here?
Yeah, and one of the things that I think this is probably I'm guilty of is I usually think I underestimate my ability. Not saying I'm great, but I underestimate my mechanical ability. And so oftentimes I'm like, man, this has happened, whatever it is. Like, I don't have Chase or Ryan or like
those dudes are
the service team here to fix it for me. And I'm like, you know what? I'm out of luck. And sometimes, you just have to stop, consider the situation. Like what happened, go through it logically, and then you can come up with a solution. And sometimes it takes a while to come up with what the right jury rig is. Right. And I'll say the other thing would be, that's where like being patient is really good with it. Like for example, that issue I had on cross country, if I had just stopped on the side of the road and like looked at it carefully and maybe tried unthreading those bolts to see what had happened, I would have been able to fix it within 15 minutes and been back on the road. Instead, I lost 8 hours and had to ride for literally 24 hours. What? But it was fun.
Made for a great story.
Made for a great story. And the other thing that I would recommend, like patience and organization. And this one cannot be underestimated. There's nothing worse than having an issue happen, trying to come up with some kind of crazy random solution, and then realizing that you've just like gotten this piece dirty, lost 2 bolts, and and you lost your pocket knife in the process.
So
it's worse. It's like and then you're totally up a creek. So put out a rag or your jacket. If you're taking something apart, you're cleaning a car, whatever, put the pieces out slowly, be methodical. Right. And then don't make the situation worse. That would be a good goal.
Because you can do that like when you're trying to fix it quickly or to fix it so that you can get back on the road, like that creates more tension on and more pressure on yourself than what it needs to be.
And I ended up in multiple situations, but it's particularly in the when I was riding cross country, wasting more time because I was rushing it than if I had just like stopped, considered what happened, maybe like do a little bit of like examination, literally get in there with a flashlight. You may think your assumption that the engine blew up might, like I was saying, just be there's a radiator hose that has a crack in it. Right. We're not talking about a Janus because they're not water cooled, but you get the point. Like something that your assumption is not necessarily right. Right. And the only scientific method is you go in there and you actually examine it for yourself, see what's going on, and then you come up with a hypothesis for what the possible solution is. So that's my advice, and I think that it's pretty good. Yeah, I think it makes a lot of sense, and it also saves a lot of time and headache and heartache. Makes a good story. Makes a good story. Makes a great story. We've got a lot of MacGyver comments in here. I guess you can't expect anything differently. MacGyver, and this is before my time, so I never got to watch it. But MacGyver was the guy who was kind of like James Bond, but fixed everything with zip ties and duct tape. Yeah. Bubblegum. Is that an overgeneralization that's semi-true? I need some help.
the fudge moment in the Christmas story. I just hopped into the chat here. I'm confused as to what's going on.
We didn't miss any super chats, did we?
No, we didn't miss any super chats. Let me just double check. No, we did not.
Awesome.
Okay, let's see here.
Well,
did you guys mention the super stickers also? Oh, I didn't mention the super stickers. I felt like I was going to leave that for another day. But you can send like gifts. There are some, not gifts, GIFs. There are gifts that you can like pay for, and it sends funny little messages in the chat. You guys are more than welcome to try that. That will
sounds kind of tacky.
It'll also go toward the monitor fund.
Okay.
Let's see.
Well, thank you all, everybody.
Yes.
It's extremely generous. Like I say, we don't necessarily make money off of this stream, so not expecting it, but
right.
It's much appreciated because it will help us. Next, we start fundraising for what, like Jansen's new Tesla?
Maybe a Porsche 944. I don't know.
New Cushman.
We could mob around town in Cushmans, Richard.
Hey,
Gary says, my credit card seems to fix everything. Who needs MacGyvering when you can just pay for
That's
it?
perfectly okay. I mean, if you have the time, pull it into a garage and get it fixed.
Just
There's nothing.
Right.
There is nothing wrong with that. I think there is some, and I know Gary appreciates it too. There is some joy though in resolving a problem yourself.
Yeah.
And I think that is inherently what ramblers appreciate.
Yeah.
Is that like, oh, I just fixed this for myself. There's that that's like one of the best ways to express
there's pride in
your
it,
freedom
for sure.
and your agency is to just, I resolved this myself.
Yeah. I saw a comment here that I wanted to end on. Gosh, where did it go?
As long as it's not old school.
No, it wasn't old school. Even though we love old school.
Old school. I got your pictures today. Looks like a fun family vacation.
He popped in and then popped out, I guess, because I haven't seen him in a bit. I think I scrolled too far up. This is okay.
There are too many comments.
Okay, I thought I saw this.
What is that?
Jason, we can't see it here, but Jason, thank you again for the $2. He sent. Here, let's pull. I'll show you later.
Okay,
He sent one of those stickers, a little GIF.
Oh,
Probably
wow.
like dancing in the
He's
chat.
the first at a lot of things.
Yeah. Take your badge of honor. We'll send him a medal later. I can't find the comment, but it was about he used zip ties to attach his carburetor. Oh, here we go. This is Quillbilly. I got a zip tie holding my carb together on my Cub 50. Works better than the screw I lost.
Nice.
That's great. That's a long-term solution.
I've got some
right there.
zip ties holding my fairing together.
That feels different though.
Carburetor? Yeah, that's great.
The carburetor feels like it's very
zip ties
important.
are very amazing things. If you have to know how to do lashings if you don't know how to do zip ties.
Is that when you like take the cross pattern and
then you
like
go around
tie
the
things
outside of it?
together?
It's when you get to exercise your Boy Scout skills.
Yes. How big is our monitor? Kelly asks. I don't know. It's 50 inches.
Something like that.
Ish.
It's not really the size. It's the problem. It's the color.
It's the color. We just can't see the right
Like,
colors.
Is that red or purple? Is that green or white?
Today we did a decent job, but
yeah.
Well, that was today's Ramble stream.
It was.
It was a very good one, if I do say so myself. We are so glad that you guys are. We haven't had.
Well, we had two whiskeys.
That is true. We haven't had a technical difficulty in a few. So I think to test our luck, we're gonna at some point go and see if we can take the Cushman for a test drive while streaming.
And we will definitely have technical difficulties.
We will 100% have technical difficulties then. I'm not saying that's going to be next week, not even the week after, but
it would be fun to do it live. But we could do a pre-recorded.
We could. Like, gosh, it would be fun live.
It would be fun to do it live.
It would be really fun to do it live. So stay tuned for that. I'm not sure when that's going to be, but
I gotta get it running first.
That's problem number one.
Gotta jury rig it.
Of all vehicles to have a jury rig, it feels like it's that one. So we will see you guys next Monday, 7:00, for the next rambling topic. We are so thankful for all of you guys who sent some super chats in. We'll soon have a new monitor. We'll see you
Bye-bye.
guys next week.